popular, but some of these lesser known religions and belief systems are worth mentioning. And so you should have the aim in your notebooks, and we just kind of talked about the do now, and off we go. Just one slide today, so this should go quick. So these are the three we'll take a look at. Look, there's dozens and dozens and probably hundreds more that we can kind of get into also. But, for the lack of, time that we can spend on it, we'll kind of wrap up with these three. First being Taoism. You will see that spelled with the letter D also. Same thing, Taoism. 2.7 million followers, mostly in China. This is the thing you're going to associate with Taoism is the yin yang. Okay, so a lot of you guys are familiar with that yin yang shape, that black and white circle, and then you got a little black dot and a little white dot on the opposite sides, right? It's kind of representative of balance and harmony, and I suppose relativity, seeing as how you can't really appreciate the light unless you have seen the dark, and you don't know what tall is unless you know what short is, right? If everyone was 6'6", we wouldn't call that tall. We call people that are 6'6" tall because there's a lot of people who are 5'6" and 7, right? So all of that's relative, and that's kind of the general idea and the basis for Taoism. And then Shinto. Shinto is a Japanese faith that is mostly ancestor worship and animism, kind of a supreme appreciation for nature. So some of the Shinto temples, for example, in northern Japan, in the mountains, are some of the most beautiful places on earth. And they situate their temples within nature in a very specific and meaningful and deliberate way, because their faith, Shinto, kind of relies on harmony with nature. That's part of it. So that's certainly an interesting one also. And then Sikhism, significantly larger with regard to followers as compared to Shinto and Taoism. Northern India, and this is a religion that is a combination. It's got some similarities to Hinduism, and it also has some similarities to Islam, and it has some certain features and characteristics that are kind of all its own. Sikhs are identifiable. Usually the men are wearing turbans and have mustaches and beards. So that's how they can be identified usually. And this, this is northern India, and you got a lot of followers here. So that's pretty much it for the notes. So